Hello, and welcome back to a new week of Social Strategies Simplified with Sue, where we break down the social media frameworks of top leading professionals who are doing amazing things on social media in less time by creating less content than you may think. So this week we are focusing on top producing lender Jennifer Beeston. She's been featured in media, but one of the key things that really drew me to her is a podcast for mortgage lenders, featuring mortgage lenders, but hers indicated that she's actually making 60% of her leads through her YouTube channel. And that is something that I would love to demonstrate to others who feel that they, as someone in a regulated professional service, cannot go out and have a personal brand and create educational material for the masses so that you're not constantly making phone call after phone call and email after email, that you can reach a wide net of people by educating through your expertise. And as I always discuss with this hub and spoke content framework, once you set up the system, it becomes easy. Trust me. I know a lot of the things that I've been demonstrating, some people feel like, well, I can't do that. You can, because if you've got a laptop and if you've got a phone, you can do any of the things that I've been demonstrating. What most of us don't have that makes these people so successful with their content production and their reach is the systems. And that's what I am here to help you identify and set up if you would like to connect. So first of all, head on over to socialmediavault.com where you can access every past episode. You can also search if you would prefer to see episodes by lawyers, realtors, financial providers, educators, or just dive in and consume and see the creative things that you too can do in your business. So these strategies are applicable to any business. We have been focusing on what I refer to as the hub and spoke content framework. Now, that does not mean that you need to write a book. That does not mean that you need to create a case study or white paper. That does not mean that you need to create a podcast. But what I want you to do is think about one thing that you're really good at, that you love doing, that you can create a system for, create a central hub for, produce it, reuse it, and repurpose it. And so this week, we're going to walk through how Jennifer Beeston does just that. So a lot of folks in regulated professional services have the luxury and the convenience of a marketing department that often sends them content. It's already approved by compliance if they're faced with that, and sends them content that they can use across social media. It's a wonderful thing, but the problem with that is that they don't stand out. They do not stand out in their uniqueness. They do not stand out in their unique gifts, their unique way to communicate to their particular audience. And so by creating a personal brand like Jennifer Beeston has done, in a field like mortgage, it really helps to stand out. Now, Min Nguyen was a previous lender that I pointed out doing similar things and how he stood out from everyone else at his company because of what he did. And so Jennifer does the same. As we take a look at her website, you can see she also, out of the gate, doesn't necessarily talk about being a mortgage lender on her website. And part of that is also making sure that regulation is being complied to. But what she is able to do is give you her background, talk a bit about being a nationally known financial expert and mortgage originator. You can see she's got her social proof here because by creating this personal brand for herself and being a strong educator in the online space, she's created these opportunities for herself to be featured. And this is something that comes with creating a platform for yourself where you stand out from the others in your niche, from the others at your company who may be simply using social media by repeating the content that everyone else has access to. So you want to come out differently, and the benefits are here. Now, the benefits aren't just about having this social proof, but it's about the fact that she indicates on this podcast that she gets over 60% of her business through YouTube. So that's really the key. So what we're going to do this week is break down what Jennifer is doing to be seen as this expert, getting business as a leader in her industry by as a quick example that will break down further as we go through the spokes of her hub and spoke framework, is how she takes her educational content and actually has this extraordinary platform on YouTube where she's generating most of her business. So the idea here is, again, having that hub of the content type, and the channel that you are most driving traffic to, that's giving you the biggest bang for your buck, the biggest ROI you can accomplish by the investment in financial and human time and resources that you put into content development, that you reuse, repurpose across the digital landscape to drive traffic back to that hub location and content that gets you the most of her business. So she's a top producing lender in the country. She gets 60% of her business out of YouTube. So how would you like to model a framework where you too can do the same thing, stand out as unique in your niche, create educational content that you can reuse and repurpose so you can stay in your genius and do the work that you love to do to serve your people? So we're going to dive deeper into Jennifer Beeston's social channels over the course of the week. I encourage you to start off with taking a look at this podcast. You can simply Google Mortgage Marketing Radio Jennifer Beeston and tune in to how she gets 60% of her business from YouTube. And then come on back tomorrow where we can review a little bit more of the best practices and strategies she's using to make that happen. So check me out at, well, not me, but the featured guests on socialmediavault.com, free site where you can just create a login for yourself, get access to all past episodes, as well as some other trainings and strategies that are not available to the public. So come back tomorrow where we dive into her YouTube channel and break down more of the hub and spoke content framework. And if you have any questions, please drop me a note in the comments. And if you have anybody that you're seeing doing amazing things on social media and you can nominate yourself, let me know who that is, and they may appear as a featured guest in an upcoming